Waiting. Hello. And I'm live and I'm dropping cards. Hello, Capricorn. This is a reading for Capricorns, where you resonate as Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for June 2021. So I know we're getting kind of a early start on it, but I was already feeling June energies and did a kind of general overview reading the other day for everybody. And so I thought, well, I might as well get going on them. So Capricorn, if you are Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in Capricorn, then this is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't ever try to fit what I say into any box. If it does not resonate with you, don't force it. In other words, don't try to shove that square peg into the round hole, okay? Not every message is going to be for you, and you'll know. All right, so let's get going here. What I'm going to do is a 9-card spread, 3 past, 3 present, 3 future. And we'll see what's going on. I do like to let you know what decks I'm using. I'm going to start with this beautiful, if it's backwards, I apologize. It's the Fairy Forest by Lucy Cavendish. Gorgeous, gorgeous artwork in this one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's just get the first 3 is what I want to do. Past, present, future. And I will try to show you. All right, so you got the Wizard. For the past, Rune King, Wise One, Counselor, I do feel like you've had a... All right, Capricorns, you've been doing a lot of work, but this card is more about the gifts that have been opening up for you lately in the very recent past, right? So it's number 15, if that resonates with anyone. It's actually Wizard spelled the really cool kind of runic way. W-Y-Z-A-R-D, Rune King, Wise One, Counselor. Yeah, I do feel like you have noticed an increase in your gifts, maybe an increase in people coming to you for help, coming to you for guidance, realizing that maybe you know some things about what's going on because people are starting to see more and more and becoming more aware of what's happening in the world. And they're like, hey, you know, so-and-so is weird. That's how I feel anyway, right? Like, oh, Wendy's weird. Let's ask her if she knows what's going on. But I do feel like that's what's been going on in your recent past, is that you are feeling more in control of the information, more in control of who you are, who you're becoming. And other people are starting to see that, and you've noticed people coming to you for help. So that's kind of basically in a nutshell. And we will clarify that and expand on that. Although you know what you've been going through in the recent past, right? But this is just kind of to clarify who these messages are going to be for. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't mean the whole reading won't. Hang in there with me. Maybe there'll be a nugget of wisdom for you. So just, so just be patient. So the present, the Elf Queen, and I am going to try and show them all, even if they are backwards. The Elf Queen, number 13, beautiful divine feminine number. Hello, and it's a queen. Introverted burden responsibility. So presently, I do feel like perhaps the uptick in people needing you, right? Seeking you out, even though maybe you've been, working on, well, we want that, right? We want to put ourselves out there. We want to showcase our gifts. We want people to know what we do and how we can help. And so we've been putting ourselves out there, right? I'm a Capricorn sun. We've been putting ourselves out there like crazy, like never before. Our gifts have been just blowing up, exploding, and people are noticing. And so, we get this influx of help. And it could be friends, it could be family, it could be strangers. Okay, it could be because people are telling people, right? Oh, well, so-and-so does this kind of thing, and so-and-so does that kind of thing. And so you're getting, so presently, you are feeling like you need to hide a little bit, because I do feel like it kind of came in a wave that was slightly overwhelming. And you feel overwhelmed now. You feel stretched thin, pulled in a million different directions. And again, this could be, home life as well, maybe pulling you, career pulling you, for other friends pulling you, whatever, but you're being pulled in many different directions. And so you are trying, yeah, introverted burden responsibility. You are feeling very heavy right now with everything, with all the have tos. And I will tell you that there is a lot of that healing. And so it makes sense that it is getting pulled up into your face, right? It comes up to the surface and it's in your chili and you cannot ignore it anymore. And so we are being asked in a big way to let go of the last attachments, the last cords of our feeling burdened by this responsibility. And so the burden, the deeper layer that's healing right now is really this burden or this feeling of responsibility for humanity. But it's coming up as perhaps, this, oh, well, you're suddenly having a new kind of an uptick in resentment toward people that you are responsible for in the physical, like your children, like your spouse, like people who work for you, right? If you have employees or if you are a supervisor in some way, or if you have, if you're a mentor, right? It's coming through in that way where you're resenting these people for needing you, when really what's coming up, what this layer that's coming up is this heaviness from, our mission, which, we've had the savior complex, right? That we've been healing. And, that is largely, a lot of that is gone. Collectively. That savior complex where, that we were all born with, because we come in with this deeper sense of a mission. We know we came here to work. We know we're the boots on the ground. We know we're the ground crew. We know we're kind of the infiltrators. We just don't know how to explain it to other people. We don't know what it looks like because we don't see it right away, but we feel it deeply on a deep, deep level that we're not necessarily from here. We don't live here. We're not earthlings, but we came here to help. We were hired to do a job, right? And so it's this burden, this heavy responsibility of this big job. And right now, with everything that's going on in the world, it's going to look and feel really, really big and heavy. And so currently you may be feeling this. And again, if you're not, don't, hang in there with me. You still may find some value in this reading. This is definitely a general reading. And so it's not going to resonate perfectly with everyone. I do hope that it resonates with anybody who is called to watch. So, the Elf Queen, like you're owning your crown, and the Divine Feminine 13, seriously, this is not just a message for women. Men are owning their Divine Feminine, which is the creation energy, the conception energy. The more stand back and observe and integrate and, and develop ideas before acting on them. Men are really tuning into that right now and, pulling back from the aggressive action that they've been in for so long. And so this message is for both men and women, but it is definitely Divine Feminine energy that is feeling this heaviness, the feminine, because we've always had, as women, as a mother, we have had a lot of resentment toward the people that we have to care for. Because we have to care for them, right? And so the fact that if you also chose to come into this life as a mother, and you came here to help heal humanity, and you have this huge responsibility, right? Obviously it's going to manifest in ways that you can process in your life. And so it's coming through as, oh, maybe you're feeling kind of a higher resentment toward the people that you are responsible for. And it is asking you to heal that layer, because what you are doing in healing that layer for yourself is lifting the layer off of the collective, off of humanity, off of the light worker collective, especially of that heaviness of that responsibility for getting them through this ascension. Like we are the ones responsible, right? Even though it really doesn't need to be thought of in that way. It's more of an honor. Because our guides we have so much help. We're not it, right? We're not the only things helping. We have so much assistance that there's no way we're going to fail. So think of it as let's say you get some, big job at work or, that's probably the best way to put it. If any of you have ever, been in the corporate world, I have, in the form of the military corporation, right? And you get a project, you're assigned a project, and you're told, well, we're not going to let you fail this. We're giving this project to you, but we're going to give you everything you need to succeed. And not just to succeed, but to fucking knock it out of the park, right? So that is what we have been given. We've been given this job. Yes, this big task, unprecedented on this planet, unprecedented in humanity, to help humanity through this ascension, but we have everything we need to succeed. And we are gaining access to it as we raise our frequency and are ready for it. We get access to the new codes, the new information, the new, the new teachers and mentors come into our lives. And so it's all falling into place. Okay. So I resonate with currently feeling like we need to hermit a little bit. And that is great. Honestly, never deny yourself that. When you feel that energy, never feel like there's something wrong with it. Your energy in some way needs it. Okay. It's begging you to pull back, to pull out of what you were doing, because, we've been really putting ourselves out there. Like I said, Capricorns, way to go. Good job. As light workers, as way showers, as we're literally creating this path through the jungle so that everyone else behind us has an easier way, okay, has an easier time of it. They'll be, and we're holding the torches, okay? So good job. You've been doing that on a grand scale, bigger than ever before in your life. And you were seeing kind of this overwhelming response to it, right? And it's kind of scary, but it is okay for us to take this slow, okay? It's, Feel Good. If you don't know Feel Good, check him out on YouTube. He always says, if you were meant to be somewhere else doing something else, you would be. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he says. That, if you were meant to no longer be in a relationship, you wouldn't be. If you were meant to be in a relationship, you would be. Okay. Everything is happening in perfect timing. You're not behind. You haven't screwed anything up because you made a certain decision a month ago. You cannot screw this up. Okay. We have so much help. But take the time, hermit, self-care. I do feel like it's an opportunity to really deepen our self-care routines right now. Really, really dig in that, Capricorns, because Capricorns especially, we came here. I know you've heard this before. We came here to be the leaders, okay? Capricorn, not just us, obviously, but Capricorns are leaders, okay? We're the organized ones. We're the ones who know how to get shit done. And we're very efficient in doing so, okay? We see the quickest route to the destination, to the result, without taking shortcuts, without cutting corners, okay? Because we also have an incredible attention to detail and need for perfection, which is going to serve us in this journey, okay? I promise. We've healed attachment to it. We've healed the need for perfection, but we still have a desire and we have a knack. We have a knack for doing it right, okay? So we're going to get it. We're going to get it. But we also need breaks, right? So right now you need to hermit. Right now you are feeling that energy that, hey, we need to pull back a little bit. It's okay to tell somebody, even if it's a potential new client for you in your spiritual business, it's okay to tell them that you can't right now. Okay, that you cannot show up for them right now. And why would you try to do that knowing that it's not going to be 100%? And taking a chance that they won't return, right? We want to show up 100% for our clients, for everyone that we help. And so if you know that you can't do that, then you are serving yourself and them by saying no, by saying, just give me some time. I've got your number. Please let me contact you when I'm ready. I'm processing this journey just like everybody else. All right, so that's the current energy that you're sitting in. The future, I love this. Look at this. Number 9, if that resonates with anybody. The Wild Hunt. Look at her. She just looks like she's up to something. That is a very kind of, that is a very like, hey, I'm going to run in a second. Chase me. Try to keep up. So it says excitement, frenzy, journey. Duh. So you're going to be coming out of this really soon. I promise. You're going to be coming out. June. I do feel like June. That's right. If you're watching this before June, obviously this is going to be the current energies in June when we get to June. Okay. So you're leading up to this. If you're watching this before June 2021, this is what's coming and you're going to be able to hermit. I feel like a lot of you are like sighing with relief right now. Like I know I am because I've been feeling it and I always beat myself up for it because I'm like, oh, again? Like I feel like I've been doing nothing but hermiting the last 8 years. I don't know about you guys, but it's like whenever I hear a message from my guide saying, well, you need more self-care. I go, oh my God, how much more self-care can I possibly stand? But it's because I'm still not doing enough. And I know I'm not. And so, binge watching on Netflix can be self-care, but sometimes it's avoidance. Okay. You have to know the difference. You have to be really tuned into your body and know the difference. And so this is where you'll be in June, the beginning of June. But I definitely feel like it's not, by the end of June, and I'm not giving you dates, right? Because everybody's going to be different. By the end of June, you're going to be feeling really, I don't even know what word, like coy comes to mind, but I don't like that because that's a little too specific. I think you're going to be feeling really mischievous and excited and just like ready to go. And oh gosh, it's so funny because her face, excitement, frenzy. Yeah, it's like she's like, I cannot wait to, like, she's posing for the picture, but she's like, hurry up and take the picture because I'm gone. I'm going. She is moving. She is on the move. And she cannot wait to get going. Like, she's like, yep, because this is going to be a really fun game. So she is ready to do that. So I want to, let's see, do I want to? Yes. So let's get a little clarification on the past on Mr. Wizard. Just anything that might help. Let's just expand on that message. Just anything that might help whoever is receiving right now. Let's just get some clarification on the Wizard. And again, if I didn't say it, he's number 15, if that helps anybody. So let's see. Look at this. Freyr. I do believe this is Freya's divine partner. Divine counterpart, abundance, peace, contentment. This is what you are, right away I heard, this is what you are cultivating. You are creating in the recent past when you were doing so much work that you opened up your energy, you allowed your soul to expand more, you allowed more gifts to come through, you allowed yourself to be more visible, more out there, you allowed yourself to welcome more people coming to you for help, right? You opened up that pathway. You started to create this foundation of abundance, peace, and contentment. Okay. You are going to be, abundance is yours. I really want people to stop saying, well, abundance is coming, trying to manifest abundance. Abundance is coming. Abundance is right around the corner. Guess what? The more you say that, the more it's going to stay coming. It's going to stay out there. It's always going to be coming. It's never going to get here. It's always going to be around the corner. It's never going to be here in your energy. So start saying abundance is here because you have created that foundation already in the past. Okay. Number 23, beautiful 23, forward momentum. It's a gorgeous number. He's a beautiful king. I love that you have a king and a queen. They may not match, but it's still a king and a queen. It counts. But yeah, he's telling you that you are, so the divine masculine, very much divine masculine. So in this recent past, while you were really acting, right, you were really tuning into your divine masculine energy and really cultivating that. And this is, again, men and women. Okay. We were all working on divine masculine. We were all working on courage, action, putting ourselves out there and actually doing something. Okay. But it goes in, it's an ebb and flow. It's cycles, right? And so that is the recent past. You're building on that foundation. Let's see what the present. Okay. So 44, master number. Don't be thrown by her appearance. Yes, she looks like kind of like a vampire bride. It does say otherworld. This is current, remember. So this is current, or this is going to be the beginning of June, probably the first 2-3 weeks of June. Veil, illness, transition. Do not read too much into that. Now, I will tell you in every video I do if I have to. I'm not a doctor. If you're sick and you feel like, trust your own intuition, please. I will never tell you to not go to the doctor. Oh, it's just ascension. So go to the doctor, okay? Go to the doctor if you feel like you need to go to the doctor. Sometimes peace of mind is everything, right? So, but do not read too much into that illness, because what that could be talking about is, because you are going to be going inward more, you're going to be healing illness. Okay. This is talking about really digging in and looking at what's there. And the physical body is going through a lot right now. Okay. And illness does not mean lifelong disease. It doesn't mean you're dying of something, right? Again, go to your doctor, please. But transition, right? The last word is transition. So you are definitely in the void here. I don't necessarily love otherworld, but, you know, a lot of people think of tower moments, being in the void, doing shadow work as literally, you know, traveling through the gates of hell and working through those gates. There's nothing wrong with that. And it shouldn't be scary either. It's definitely part of our process. Okay, it's part of the process that we have to work through. I love that it's a master number, 44. 44 again is very much foundational. Oh, keep dropping it. I dropped the king. Foundational, which is again, you have been building this foundation of abundance and peace and contentment. And fours speak of foundation, you know, creating a new foundation after the old one has been pulled out from under you, right? Which a lot of us can relate to. Okay, let's keep going because I don't want this to be too terribly long for my very first reading. All right, so future, near future, number 2, another beautiful number. 2 is, you know, if your life path number is 2, it really speaks to embodying your higher self, to really embodying your highest self in this life. You are the leaders and the way showers for that kind of thing. So Dura and healer, nourishment, nurture. So you are going to be stepping into, like, look at this. This is your energies by the end of June. You're going to be really coming out of that hermiting. And it's excitement, frenzy journey. You're going to feel like you're re-engaging with your journey, even though we never disengage really. We can hold back, we can hang back, we can become an observer more, but we never disengage from our journey because the journey includes these times, right? Where we pull back and we hermit. And so healer, nourishment, nurture, I mean, you're going to step right back into your mission, which is ultimately helping others, showing others how to heal. And that's everybody who receives this message. That is all of you. I don't care if you're a musician, an artist, you know, a teacher, a medical professional. You are helping others to heal by showing them how to do it because you're doing it yourself, right? That is our only job, is to heal ourselves and to then be the example. So we have to heal ourselves. We have to be out there, right? We have to be out there, you know, showing people what we've done. We can't just hide away. Yes, we need these hermiting times, which is going to be a good chunk of June. I really do see that. It's going to be a good chunk of it, but it's going to also be different. It's going to look different. I'm trying to tune into this a little bit. I'm going to pull some more cards on that. Because the good chunk of June, the beginning, first of all, 13 and 44, I mean, beautiful numbers for the current energies. But I do feel like this hermiting period is just going to feel really different. You're going to be able to sink into it and really dig in and really be in gratitude and not get pulled down into the quicksand. You're going to, because you know how to do this now. You know, you've been through enough tower moments. You've been through enough purging. You've been through enough cycles of this to know what to expect. And I do feel like you're going to feel this coming and go, yes, like, let's fucking get this done, right? You're going to really dig your feet in, you know, dig into your energy and just really do some deep healing. And you're going to be able to stay in gratitude the whole time. And so that is really what's going to help you get to by the end of June, coming back into your mission, right? Re-engaging fully, but even on the next level. Okay, you're going to be engaging on the next level, and it's going to be so exciting and fun. Like, her face is just like, this is going to be fun. That's the phrase I've been looking for. I was looking for one word, but really what she's saying with that face is, I cannot wait for you to get here because this is going to be a ride in a good way, right? We've all been on a ride in a bad way, and so, yeah, so healer, nourishment, nurture, you're getting right back into that. You're re-engaging right back into it. I've got this new deck that we're going to play with for a minute. Mythic Oracle. Again, if it's backwards, I apologize. I'm not sure if it is. I never can remember. I know on Facebook Live it's backwards. Carissa Mulatto, if you're interested. It's a gorgeous deck. I'm going to pull one more for each row, and then we'll pull a Sacred Traveler, just a message from the Sacred Traveler for a wrap up. So let's see. So the recent past, let's get just a message from our guides, for whoever is listening and whoever needs to hear this. A message from our guides on the recent past and building this new foundation. And solidifying. Really what I'm seeing is, because you were expanding and working on your gifts and allowing gifts to come through that was the kind of the new level of the fund. That's your new baseline, right? That's your new, I almost said 0 point, which is not untrue either, but your new baseline is this newer, higher frequency, and you are never going back to the old one, right? That's really exciting. So let's just get one more message about the recent past and this new kind of foundation and new, yeah, I mean, the grid that's being anchored is all good stuff. Let's see, what does this say? Message from Bellerophon, humility, 45. Interesting. I do want to, no, you know what? I'm going to intuitively do this. So look at this young man, how strong and virile he is. Like, he's not super buff, but he's definitely very fit, very strong. He looks like a warrior, but he also looks like he's taken a break. Like, he's like, I'm kind of in pause right now. He looks very contemplative. He looks very wise. He looks like he's got very blue eyes. So, that always speaks to me of water, emotions flowing. This young man may look like a macho warrior, but he is very in tune with his divine feminine side. And so that was another thing that was really coming through, even with this divine. Okay, so this divine masculine, right? Cultivating this, acting. We had more courage, in the recent past. In May, very possibly, is when this was happening for you, as you just felt more comfortable putting yourself out there. You felt more comfortable talking to people about who you really are and what you're really doing and what you're really interested in and the things that you're seeing. You were finally sharing these with people, okay? And it wasn't as scary as it's been in the past. And so this is kind of the, he reminds me kind of the pages in the tarot, right? Like, they're the ones that they're learning, right? They're learning new things. They're learning how to be in the new energy. They're learning how to be the new them, the new you're learning. So this whole foundation, this, the wizard, which is what you are all wizards, Capricorns. Absolutely. And the kings, this beautiful divine masculine, this action, this courage, this confidence coming through. It also is speaking to, just learning how to be in this new energy. And so it's a great transition too into June, which is more of the hermiting, right? And so it's like, okay, we get the masculine coming through, and now we're gonna pull back a little bit before we work more on the feminine, okay? And so that's the hermiting phase coming through, right? And so let's get one then for the current. We've got the Elf Queen in the other world, 13 and the 44. Let's get a message for the current energies for June 2021, please. Just get one final message for that row. So 42, oh my God, beautiful, meaning of life. 42 is a huge number for me. If you've ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I never knew about the number 42 in computer coding until I saw that movie. And oddly, my awakening happened when I was 42, 8 years ago. And so Perseus, courage. Perseus, like, seriously. That is a beautiful depiction. Again, piercing blue eyes, very much allowing emotions to flow, but it's also a very dark card, the colors. But courage, I mean, definitely at the end of this hermiting phase, right? The message, or even during the hermit, and you're going to need the courage. I do feel like your guides are going to come through in a bigger way and really help. Like I already said, like this digging in, this shadow work is not going to be as scary as it's been, because the courage is just going to be there. I don't ever like to say, are you going to have more courage? It's like we have to go to the store and go buy some more courage because you're going to need it. It's just going to be there. You don't have to go find it somewhere. You don't have to, dig it up. You don't have to cultivate it. It's just going to be there in the form of your guides. Like this to me, like, look at this. And there's, I don't know, is that Medusa? Yes, that's Medusa. So it's definitely shadow work. Definitely speaking to the shadow work coming up. These cards go together pretty well, actually, because Perseus does. But remember, Perseus does end up slaying Medusa. He conquers his shadows, right? Just like Luke going into the cave and, thinking he's killing Darth Vader, and then it's him. Right? It's his own shadows that he's working on. And that's the same with Perseus, right? I mean, yes, Medusa is a different entity, but you know what I mean. So he goes in to slay his own shadows, and he does it. So keep that in mind. You're going to be going deep. It's not going to be as scary. You're going to be like, it's going to be like, yes, like, let's just get this done. Let's do this. And because the courage is just going to be there. And 42, you know what it means in computer code? If you don't know that, look it up because it's fascinating. But you need to like Google it, like in conjunction with like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because otherwise it might come up weird. But 42 in computer coding literally means whatever you want it to be. So guess what? Your shadow work can be whatever you want it to be. It can look however you want it to look. You are the boss. You're in charge. Okay. Always. You are never not in charge. You can try to sit in the back seat and let somebody else drive, but really that's not going to get you anywhere. Okay. So 42 is your life is becoming what you want it to be. And it can be anything. There are no limits anymore, you guys. The matrix is gone. That old reality matrix is gone. Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to be so long, but I can gab, let me tell you. I get going and I can talk. Okay, I'm going to get one last one for the near future, and we're talking coming into the end of June and into July, okay? This is going to be what's going to be going on for you guys, Cappies. I love you, Cappies. I'm one of you. Helen of Troy. Oh, my God, and look at this. So 42, right, was just the one we pulled. 43. Beautiful forward movement message. And look at how, like, just look at this, how dark this is and how light this is. And it's literally Helen of Troy beauty. Now, I know her face to me has always looked incredibly sad. Like she just looks like she's so done with these men fighting over her and how ridiculous. And she really wishes that somebody would notice how smart she is, right? But let's see, what is she really trying to tell us? That it is, I mean, the sun is coming out, right? Like, okay, so let's go in order here with these. You had the wild hunt, excitement, frenzy, journey, and then number 2, healer, nourishment, nurture. So it's going to be a really exciting kind of re-engagement on a new level with your mission. And you're going to start seeing the world righting itself in a big way. Like this is what I'm seeing is look how beautiful the planet is in the background, right? And she's got this, I mean, blue, so much water messages here too. And all of these, everyone has blue eyes except for this beautiful lady. And actually, I can't even tell. She might actually have blue eyes. But anyway, yeah, and she's on a boat. I think it looks like it anyway, kind of. But I think that's the story anyway. She was on a boat. She had a face that could launch 1,000 ships, right? So anyway, just the fact that it's 42 to 43 is really a beautiful forward movement message, like I said, but I do feel like this is the collective, like you're going to be really stepping in a much more exciting and fun way into your mission. It's going to be fun. It's going to feed your soul in a really fun way. And you're going to start seeing, and maybe because so many of us are going to come out of June with this new perspective that, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is when I really get to shine, when I really get to show everybody what I can do. And when I really get to enjoy what I'm doing, what I came here to do. It's really going to be really fun. And so you're going to have a new perspective on the world, but it's also going to be a huge shift. Can you see it? It's going to be a huge shift in the collective. Like the sun is going to be shining. The world is going to start to shift into a better place, right? Like right now, I get it. It's a little scary. It's just chaos. It's tumultuous. It's kind of, it's turned on end, right? It's turned upside down right now. And, the paths that some are trying to create are very dark. And so we get afraid of that because that's all that maybe you're seeing in the news. I strongly urge you to just disconnect from all of that, especially as you're coming into June. When you're starting to feel that hermiting energy, don't watch the news, okay? Don't read it. Don't go to MSN. Don't, if somebody's posting shit on Facebook, just scroll on by. You do not need that right now. You do not need that information right now, okay? Because most of it's lies, all right? They're only telling you this, if it's even true, they're only telling you a tiny, tiny piece of what's going on in the whole wide world, right? Okay, so it's going to be a huge shift come July where the world is really going to start looking better. It's going to start looking like the world that deserves to be saved, okay, that deserves us being here. And of course, we know that that's true, but it just, that veil, that heaviness, that darkness, that shadow is going to be lifted, mainly because you're going to be really digging in. As the queen you are, okay, men and women, right? The shadow work requires a lot of feminine energy because it's really digging in deep to where your creation centers are and opening them up so that you can step back out into your mission in a big way, okay? So let me get one. I'm going to get one more. Just final message from this beautiful Sacred Traveler deck. This is Mary Magdalene in my mind. It just is. Just go with it. So we're going to, I feel like that's who's bringing us this message today. So give me a final message for Capricorns for June 2021, please. Beautiful, beautiful, divine feminine, and we will take it and run. So it's a beautiful message overall. You are maybe coming out of a more active period in May and going into more introspective, healing shadows, hermiting in June. But by the end of June, you are going to be stepping into your mission in an even bigger way, Capricorns. Way to go. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of us, Capricorns. We rock. And it's just going to be so exciting. I think this is my favorite card that I pulled today is because of her face. Can you see it? She's like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is going to be fun. But she's just like, I'm going to start running and you try to catch up. Try to catch up because it's going to speed up. It's going to speed up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You know, it does say frenzy. It's going to feel maybe a little chaotic, but in a really exciting way. So just, stay grounded. Stay grounded. Keep your focus on your mission. Don't get distracted by shiny things. So it's just going to be really super amazing come July 1st. It's going to be incredible. So let's get one final message for Capricorn, please, Spirit. One last. Let's do it. And I feel like it's going to be 2 rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. That's nice and simple. Like, look at this too. The picture is, right now, current energies in June, you may be inside this castle. See where you are. You're inside. You're looking out through the window. That's okay. You're hermiting, but look what's out there waiting for you. The rainbow, the sunny skies, the beautiful water, the world, your path. And yes, you can't see very much of it. That's a good thing. Okay. Imagine if you saw your entire path laid out in front of you. How boring would that be? Hello, do you not want any surprises at all? So it's a beautiful, beautiful message. Rainbow blessings. Just know that what is coming is really good stuff. Okay. And yeah, this is at the bottom of the deck. I just wanted to see what was down here. Voyage of the heart. And that's what this is all about, right? Is expanding our hearts, teaching humanity how to do it by us doing it. We don't necessarily have to literally turn around and go, okay, children, everybody, this is how you do it. They're going to be watching us and know how to do it just by us doing it, by seeing us doing it. And yeah, they'll ask, right? Like I've had people ask me, okay, you look amazing. You're doing all these things that are really weird and incredible. What are you doing? And so I get to share what I've been doing. And a lot of times I lose them right away or 10 minutes in or halfway through or whatever, but that's okay. They're asking, and that's important. Love flows through you and to you. So just remember, you are so protected. You are so guided. You are so assisted. We have so much help, you guys. Capricorns, you are the leaders. And so you have got, again, we're not the only ones. I'm not dissing any other sign. There are other ones definitely who came here to lead and to be the powerhouses, right? The torch bearers. But Capricorns, we're the bosses. Okay. We came here to, we're the organized ones. And again, it's going to look different because we're coming into this new, beautiful, free flowing energy. So it's not going to be old. Don't think of it as old corporate ways, right? Like I was in the military for 10 years. I get it. I get how rigid that structure is. We're not in that anymore, but we are organized and we are really good at leading people. We are trustworthy and people look up to us as, Capricorns, okay, in general. All right. If that doesn't resonate with you so much, check out your other signs readings as they come up. I am going to be doing more, I promise. And they may resonate with you more, but if you're a Capricorn sun, then you came here to lead, plain and simple. Okay. So you are going to be stepping into that in a whole new level by the end of June. And it's really exciting. It's going to be so fun. And the world is going to start looking better. I promise. The sun is going to come out again. Okay. We are not going down any of these dark paths that certain groups are trying to create for us. We're just not doing it, guys. We're starting to see the truth. Okay. We're not going down that way because we're not the followers. Remember, Capricorns, we are the leaders. We're going to make our own way and others will follow. All right. So I hope this helps. I think I'm going to wrap it here. I love you all again. I'm a Capricorn sun. My heart is with Capricorns all the time. And so, just really know that, really dig into the inner work and the shadow work when you feel that hermiting energy coming in. Okay. Knowing that by the end of June, you're going to be coming out of it and really, really re-engaging with your mission on the next level. You can't even fathom how good that's going to feel because you're not there yet. Okay. But you have really been doing a lot of work raising your frequency. And I am so proud of you. Thank you. Humanity thanks you for doing all this work. It's hard. I know. I'm right there with you. I've been doing it right there with you. So hang in there. Look forward to June. It's going to be amazing. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much. See you next time.